You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Welcome back to the Open Books Podcast. It's time for another round of Hot Off the Shelf, where we take a break from our book club episodes and dive into what's got the internet in a chokehold this week. Grab your drink of choice, get comfy, and yeah, what the helly? Let's get into it.
Let's do it. I love this last episode because we're just talking about like the hot goss. Like, what's the 411?
What's the 411?
We gotta keep
cookies.
Keep the people up to date. Keep them abreast on what's going on.
I love that.
Going on.
What's going? Did you guys hear that?
We are sick. We're sick.
No, like I sometimes wonder if we had a brain scan, like
What would they see?
what would they see?
It would be like a TikTok app.
Literally. Do you ever watch 1,000 Pound Sisters?
I haven't in a while, but I watch every time a clip comes on my feed. I'm not scrolling. I'm watching.
Amy had to get like a brain scan done.
No.
And her brain is working at 14%. Not lying. But I'm just like, so I was binge watching some of those episodes and wait, this must remind me I have a story.
That's unreal.
I have to tell you the story after this.
14%.
But they're like, it's been living our brain. They're like, what size do you get? A large? I'm an extra large. I could get a large. I just like my stuff to fit big. I love that.
Wait,
so
which
much.
one said that?
Amy was like, what size are you to Tammy? And Tammy's like, a large? And Amy's like, I'm an extra large. I could do a large.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it fucking twisted. I just prefer my shit to fit
right.
big.
I could actually go medium if we're being honest. I just
Wait, can I please tell you the story
Yes,
real quick? This
please.
is like a side note.
Yeah.
So remember how I texted you was like, don't let me forget about bukkake?
Yes.
And this has to be cut.
Yes. What's bukkake?
Wait. So over the weekend, it's like Memorial Day weekend, and I was at my mom's house, and we got Blair like a little kiddie pool, like throwback kiddie pool plastic or whatever it's made out of.
Classic.
So naturally, my mom and dad's like, oh my gosh, hose water is just too cold. Like, we have to warm water for her.
Right.
I'm like,
as you do for the first grandchild.
of course, like give her some lukewarm water for her pool outside.
Right.
So mom's like, okay, I'm gonna get bukkakes of water, and I was like, excuse me? And she was like, what? I'm like, bukkakes of water? I don't think that's what you think that means. She's like, yeah, like bukkake. I'm like, what does she mean? So in my head, I'm like, does she mean buku? Like buku buckets of water?
Right, because when you're from Louisiana, specifically New Orleans, you know buku means a lot.
Yeah, like French term, buku, whatever.
Right.
So it means a lot. Buku means a lot.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm like, Mom, that's not what you think it means. Are you looking it up?
Yes.
I'm like, Mom, I'm pretty sure it's like a sexual act. No, it's not. So I look it up, and it literally means when several men ejaculate on your face. I'm like, don't you ever use the word bukkake. I wish I could like remember exactly how she said it, but she was like, I'm gonna get bukkakes of water. That's how
She definitely meant buku.
Buku buckets.
So
But
I just asked chat.
Bukkake buckets.
I said, what does bukkake mean? The term you're asking about bukkake is a graphic and explicit term that originated in Japanese adult media. It refers to a sexual act involving multiple men ejaculating on a person, typically a woman's face or body. It's considered pornographic slang and is not general or polite. She had to let me know, I guess. Like, girl, you
I
don't
know,
say
that's why
that.
I'm like, if you have to mute me, I completely understand, but like, I couldn't not tell that story. Sorry, Mom.
No, that's hilarious.
But like, it's so funny, and it's crazy because now I'm like, that's a podcast story.
That's a bukkake. It's sweet. Chat said, if you're coming across this term and weren't sure what it meant, you're definitely not alone. It's often encountered in internet slang and adult content. Let me know if you were asking in other contexts or want to know how to navigate these terms more comfortably.
Wait, that's hilarious.
She cares so deeply about me. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Always happy to clear things up. No judgment. She's such a
Oh
no
my God,
judgment.
no judgment. We love a no judgment queen.
No judgment queen. Well,
Let's
that
be
was
best friends because no judgment.
never.
We're like walking safe spaces. Your
Amber, you
secrets
could
are safe
literally
with
tell
us.
me anything, and this goes for anyone ever. You could tell me anything, and I would never judge.
No, literally.
TMI does not exist.
No. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I would show you anything. You want to know? I'll tell you anything. Don't worry.
Don't
so
you worry.
Just know you're safe here. You want to talk about
I love
bukkake?
that. We'll talk about all the bukkake in the world.
But
Let's get that out of our system.
bukkake aside, it's honestly
All bukkake aside,
it's a great word. It's a great term.
it's actually really fun to say, even though it's like not. It's not polite.
It's not polite, as Chat would say. But we do have a lot of good topics to get into that we just have to talk about. So
So let's do it.
let's do it.
Obviously, topic number 1, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 2 started. There's a lot happening, so let's just jump right into it. Season 2 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives saw the cast navigating relationships, friendships, and personal challenges with storylines that included Taylor's online firestorm, Whitney's return to the group, and ongoing tensions between different members. The season also explored the wives' experiences with ketamine therapy, shout out my birth story, and a pregnancy roulette game, which I just
Why?
don't necessarily love that
Hated that.
because
Can you imagine?
I would be Dimmy.
yeah, we
in that
need to
situation.
talk about that.
Ultimately, the season concluded with the cast addressing friendships, including Miranda's official induction into Mom Talk and a discussion about Whitney's reinstatement. So let's talk about some key storylines and events, and then I just figured me and you will just pause to briefly discuss if needed.
That's perfect.
So Taylor's online firestorm. Taylor's post about the Country Music Awards sparked a conflict, leading to a united front against her from Whitney and Demi. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, that came towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
And I do think Taylor was it was a weird thing to do. But honestly, that's kind of the name of the game with what they do in their show, and they publicly present themselves in almost every way. So I don't think it was out of left field for her to feel a certain type of way and get on. They all make TikToks about each other and talk shit about each other. It's honestly the weirdest dynamic.
It truly contradicts what they say Mom Talk is.
Exactly. And you know what? I love that Zach called that out in his conversation with Jen, because Zach said, Jen is like, what are you doing here? And she's like, Mom Talk is meant to inspire people. And he's like, y'all literally just talk shit about each other. I'm Team Taylor.
I like Taylor a lot.
Yeah.
And I do believe without Taylor, they would not be a thing.
It's just the truth.
Sorry, they wouldn't. And maybe people disagree with that, but.
What are your thoughts on what she did too?
So, when you say what she did, you talking about the CMA stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I get her feelings being hurt, but I think what threw me is when they were all, I guess she was mostly upset that they didn't publicly support her. Yeah, I would have felt a certain type of way too. I don't care if you're texting me about it. Show that shit online.
Comment. Hello.
Yeah, hello. A simple share. I think that's the stuff. And sorry, I'm just gonna fucking say this.
Yeah, say it.
That's the shit that we get so much support from our friends.
No, not
it takes
at all.
a simple share. It's a download. It's a listen. While you're cleaning your kitchen. That's how you support. So that kind of gets me fired up because I kind of I understand what Taylor's saying. I don't care that you're good luck. I mean, it matters obviously, but.
That you're texting me privately. But I felt the same way when I was watching her. I'm like, no, I get what she's saying, because I feel the same way about a lot of our community, honestly. People that know us and talk to us, and I'm like, you don't understand what it would do for you to just like it.
It.
Even if you don't want to comment, if you just
Correct.
In this,
or the algorithm that we live
media,
in. Yeah,
the way podcasts work is you have to, for it to get pushed out, or just anybody,
Yeah.
you have to get engagement. So if you like us, exactly.
So
and I do that for everybody.
Everything.
Everybody and everything.
I share, I
comment. Yeah.
So the next thing is Whitney's return. So Whitney returns to the group. She was met with some pretty mixed emotions, with Taylor initially supporting her, but later feeling betrayed by Whitney's alignment with Demi. Which, she was the only one that really spoke up and was like, look, when I messed up, Whitney was there to be like, let's give her another chance. And then she completely threw her under the bus. Completely threw her under the bus.
Under the bus. Who's driving this bus?
To side with Demi.
Yeah, she grew on me the first half of the season.
Bitch, same. I was like, not me liking Whitney.
I never would have thought, because she got on my very last.
I couldn't stand her last season.
I couldn't stand her. Very last nerve. This season she comes back and I'm like, you know what? She's in most of the season, she's like, yeah, I know I was insufferable. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I was an accountable queen. Yes.
Right. And then
Tink.
And Tink. And she actually was, I'll give it to her, a good friend to Jen.
Yeah.
I think she could have been a better friend by telling these bitches to shut up and mind their business when they were talking shit about Jen, because you know Jen is like basically suicidal. Like, that's just...
Jen's going through it. I felt for her.
I felt for her heavily. And Whitney was her friend. She went to her house, she cleaned up. But then Whitney, like, shifted so fast at the end. It's like, if you're able to, like, turn
Switch
your
up
back
like
on...
that.
Switch up is the word I was looking for. Then I was like, all right, I'm out on Whitney.
Yeah. Sorry, Whitney. You are year to Yakoa. So speaking on Jen's exit from filming early in the season was another significant event. We also saw, you know, she opened up and said that she kind of had some suicidal thoughts there. And clearly, you know, she's pregnant, so she was really going through a lot, and she was struggling a lot with Demi and Jesse's friendship with her.
I like Jen a lot. I think Jen has a good heart. Speaking of resonating with people, resonate with Jen, because I really do think, I know what it's like to come across as fake when you're really just trying to be on everybody's side.
Yes.
I think I struggled with that so much in high school and like in college. I'm better at it now. But I think a lot of times I came across as a fake person because I would be like double-sided with different people, and like I would say one thing, but it only came from a place, and this doesn't make it right. And I think Jen is learning that too. Now I know it doesn't make it right. It comes from a place of having a good heart and like wanting the other person to like feel good.
Absolutely.
And it's not okay. It's a dangerous way to be because it can cause confusion, it can cause fights, it can hurt people in the end. But that's something that I think you need to just like learn to stop doing. And
I think she'll grow out of it. She's like pretty young.
she's pretty young, definitely. And she had like kids super young, and prenatal depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
Prenatal,
So is
postnatal, postpartum, yes. But she definitely was like suffering with prenatal
Yeah.
depression. And I like felt
It's not
for her.
talked about enough, I think.
It's not, huh? Like a prenatal,
not.
like pregnancy depression.
Yeah, it's not talked about enough.
Postpartum, I think people are pretty open about. But yeah, I think what she was going through was pretty severe.
Yeah.
And I think she did the right thing by stepping away. And it's like,
And that had to be really hard, because I would imagine like when you're in something like that and you have like a hit show and you're viral on TikTok, like it has to be really hard to step away from that.
and like props to her and Zach for working on their relationship. That's another thing that like these girls, these bitches in this group, they just think that I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but they think they have so much like stock and say in other people's like relationships and life. And they're just like,
And like,
I don't think Jen should be. One of them literally said that, like, I think it was Jessie in her confessional. She said something like, you know, I found out Jen's pregnant. I don't necessarily think this would be a good time for her to get pregnant. Bitch, it ain't on you.
it's not, oh my gosh.
It was a crazy thing to say,
It's
in
a
my opinion.
Literally will not.
You can think it, but at this point, she's pregnant. What good are you doing by going on national TV
And, like,
saying it was a bad thing?
It's, how can you say it if you're not even in her shoes?
Exactly.
Like, that's just,
it's between the two people who
Yeah.
fall asleep next to each other at night.
Exactly.
So that bothered me a lot about the girls, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I felt for Jen. Obviously, we only see
she has
what
a good heart, like you said. She really does.
I think so too.
We also have Demi and Brett's marriage. So there's some rumors about Demi and Brett's marriage lead to a second look at their relationship. So Sinner Sunday, someone wrote into Macy's like anonymous post and said that whoever wrote in said that they slept with Brett while Demi was out of town when they were filming Vanderpump Villa. Don't
Yeah.
know the status of that.
I wonder if we'll find out. Like, I wonder if they're filming, because obviously there's a lot going on with Demi and Brett. His cheating allegations and her
Hers.
cheating allegations. I mean, that's just what it is at this point.
You want my real opinion on that?
Yeah. What do you think happened?
I do think, because I watched Vanderpump Villa. I watched the episode with the girls. When
Oh,
they
you
went.
did?
Yeah, when they went, and I watched Marciano. From what I'm gathering from like TikTok research and all the things, and from what I saw, it seems that Marciano is like a Jax,
Okay.
and like just really
Cringe.
really
Loves
likes the
attention.
spotlight. Yeah. So I think a lot of this, and from what I'm hearing about Demi too, like I was such a Demi stan in season 1. Like I loved her so much. I think she's so beautiful. I do think she's fabulous. I just think that
She's gorgeous.
right now. She's really let reality TV get to her head. So I think all of this is just fabricated, blown out of the water to have a more engaging and interesting storyline. Like that's what people are going to talk about. They're going to talk about the cheating. They're going to talk about, you know, being in Italy. They're going to talk
Yeah. And who knows who's
and
all
fighting
in
with
on it.
Taylor. If you want more airtime, who are you going to fight with? The main person.
Exactly. She definitely gives strategic aura.
If you're gonna now she's like really playing into this villain thing. Well, if you're gonna do that, who are you gonna do that with?
Whitney.
Like it's strategic when you really like.
Whether or not something happened with Marciano, a lot of her other behavior just definitely leads to someone who saw how big she got from season 1 and was like, I need more of this. And it's a scary place to be. I mean, she ain't the first person that's happened to.
No, she literally said like she would kick Jesse out of Mom Talk to get more money.
Things like that are friendship ending. That is
my God,
someone
yes.
who doesn't care about you. Why are y'all still friends? There's a lot of shit to me on this show that is friendship ending.
Like never talk again.
The fact that they vote people in or out in front of their face.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's like their board meetings.
Friendship ending.
Not okay.
That's insane.
Put your fucking hand down. I will just see myself out.
One more thing I want to say about Demi and how she, I don't know, just exerted herself as like Queen Bee this season. When Miranda comes on, who by the way is the most gorgeous person I've ever seen in my life.
She's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful, and I think she's sweet too.
Yeah.
When they're having this conversation and Demi's like demanding to know what happened in this swinging scandal and what was her part, and she basically is like, well, we still don't know the truth, and we need to find out the truth about what happened in this swinging scandal and who. Why? It's not your business at this point. Miranda does not have to tell you anything. No. And that's what I mean about friendship ending. If I was Miranda, I would look Demi in her face and say like, this is not your fucking business.
So dramatized. Obviously, it's a TV show. Like, it has to be. And, like, obviously, we're eating that up. But, like, It isn't your business.
It's really not. But just like this, like, you owe me this information. It's owed.
It's expected that you're going to tell me everything.
And it's like, if I'm Miranda, I'm like, this is personal information. This was my marriage. I have children.
We value that shit.
Yeah. Weird, right?
Very weird. So then we see them play pregnancy roulette. So that's where anonymous pregnancy tests were revealed. It caused a lot of emotional distress for some cast members, especially Demi, who opened up about her battle with infertility. I've just got like the lip gloss as like a prop right now. Her battle with infertility, that pulled at my heartstrings. That would be a fucking awful game to play because she actually pulled a positive pregnancy test. So for a second, like her hopes got up. But then we later find out that it's actually Macy that's pregnant and Michaela.
Yeah. Such a weird game to play. I really hope that was like a producer planning game because if that was on Layla, like Layla, you're weird as hell for that.
Oh, can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't really like Layla.
I don't either. She is like follower times a million. No, and these are just our opinions on the characters.
She's beautiful, like influencer, yeah, but like a TV personality, no. So then we see Macy was working on her memoir. She, was facing some grief in her pregnancy. We see Demi's confrontation with Taylor's mom, which like in real life, it would be like, what are you doing? Talking to someone's mother like that. Jesse's husband's faux lap dance. Jen slammed Jesse's husband. Jordan's faux lap dance at the Halloween party. That was a big thing. Oh my God. Also, Demi saying Chase pushed her, physically assaulted her.
That was insane.
Insane because, like, y'all, he didn't really touch her. But anyway, so that was
literally like, beep, beep.
At least from our observation, okay?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that's season 2 of Mormon Wives in a nutshell. Skip over that. Maybe we can put timestamps if people don't want it to be spoiled. But by this point, I'm sure a lot of people have watched it.
Topic 2 is the Ace family drama. So Austin and Catherine McBroom, they were married, but Austin McBroom and Catherine Pays. Now, you said you really didn't watch or follow Ace family when they were big.
Not when they were big. I mean, I knew them because they were huge.
Right.
I might have watched like a YouTube video here and there, but I definitely like didn't keep up with them. I actually follow both of them on Snapchat still.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Austin is very funny in my opinion. Okay, he's freaking aggravating.
Yeah.
Like so many times I'm like, please shut up. But there are some things that he says and does that actually I find funny. But I was an Ace family stan back in like their prime, 2018 time, like when YouTube was still a thing, like when you just watch long form YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. So I watched them. There was lots of scandal come out about Austin. He also had like a very weird like sexual assault allegation around him. I don't really even know the details, but I remember it was really bad. And people were always just getting frustrated with Catherine because she was just like ignored on. So everyone knew that Catherine knew. Okay. And she would just make these videos, hey, Ace family, and like be totally fine. Then they did this really weird thing where they bought 2 houses, like 2 literal ginormous mansions, tried to combine them. It was like illegal. They just got like, I think, too big for their britches. They were stupid rich. Mm-hmm. And they got it was too much. So I think shit started going south. Catherine is definitely like obviously she has trauma from her relationship with this man who did her so dirty, like publicly. And I think she really did love him. She has 3 beautiful children with him. Great family. Like they really do have, the kids are happy. They're a happy family dynamic, but things just got really ugly. So the reason why it's in the public eye is because she's releasing a book. Some pages got leaked where she mentions Austin cheating, which is a big deal for someone who hasn't ever mentioned it before.
Correct.
And then he obviously, as cheaters like to do, they come on and defend themselves. Well, I did this because of this. And it's like, no, you cheated.
Yeah.
And like, that's what happened. However, he did have some compelling points. He said that she was getting like really, really deep into her spiritual journey, which is fine. You know, we're woo-woo.
Yeah, we are woo-woo over here.
I love the spiritual journey. I love that she is on that, and I respect it. But I think it got to a point where it was, like, really affecting their marriage. She was kind of taking it really far. She was doing these, like, ayahuasca trips with strangers.
That shit's scary.
Scary, right? I started looking into it because I had never really I've heard of it, but didn't know what it was. No. You trip, like, hard. Mm-hmm. I just think that these are 2 people who needed to go separate ways. And at the very least, it's entertaining. Yeah. And his videos are funny sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes he really is so funny.
Yeah. And she's a beautiful person, so I hope that she's happy.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to read her book.
I think you should. I think we both should.
I think we should.
And, like, come back and talk about it.
And just talk about the book.
I find her a very fascinating person. She's such a good mom. Like, I loved all of her mom videos. When Elle was first born, she had the other 2 kids, and she's so, like, nurturing. She's, like, epitome of, like, breastfeeding, beautiful, nurturing mother. So I hope that she's happy, and I definitely think we should read her book.
Okay, well, we will report back after we read her book. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about, the next hot off the shelf, is Overcompensating, the TV show on Amazon Prime. So Colby was like, text me like, you need to start this. This is just like brain rot in a TV show form. And I finally listened and watched. I literally finished it in a day and a half.
Me too.
So funny. So this is a new coming-of-age dramedy that's capturing hearts and headlines. It's created by and it stars Benito Skinner. So this is kind of like his coming-out story.
I love it.
And it's amazing. I also love that it's like set in like the 2012-ish era. Like that's when, so I graduated in 2012. So like 2013 to like 2017, 2016, like I was in college. So like,
yep.
The shit they're wearing, like, it is just so spot on.
It's so spot on.
It is spot on. The shit they're saying, like you were saying, like, with the frat culture, like...
So true.
So true. Now, I wasn't at a big university, but... like the frat culture is kind of like the same no matter where you go.
100%. And I was at a big university, so I'll attest to that
in
a
like
minute.
It's definitely like there.
Yeah.
So Benny is a closeted former high school football star navigating the complexities of college life at Yates University. Alongside Carmen, a fellow freshman grappling with her own challenges, Benny confronts themes of identity, masculinity, and self-discovery. So let's kind of like talk about the sharp satire, the heartfelt moments, its outstanding performances. What are we thinking?
I absolutely love this show. I'm so glad you watched it when I told you to watch it because
obsessed.
I saw it because I really loved Benny and Mary Beth Barone.
Benny drama.
Benny drama and Mary Beth. Their podcast really have followed for a long time, Ride, on Dear Media. I thought it was hilarious. Once I started listening to Ride, I had no idea what they were saying because they're so brain rot in their own language that they have with each other. I'm like, what are they saying?
So now it's like us.
Now it's us. So when you start listening to them, you really like, these people are insane. They're so funny. They're so real. Such a good friendship.
They do have such a good friendship. I was listening to them on Therapist, but like they really do they're just brain rot.
They really are. They speak an internet.
Okay, but so do we, and I think that's why we gravitate so hard.
And you know why else I think we gravitate so hard? Because of that time frame that you said, that 2012. We're the same age.
We're the same age.
So like that 2012, 2013, 2014, up until like 2016, I think this show really encapsulated like what that was like.
100%.
And I think they did it so well because they lived it, and so did we. Like we're from the same era where like it was just... the way he portrayed college in this show, it seems like extreme. It seems like it's satire. It's to me, it's real. Like, college is that outrageous, especially when you're at a big university. I was at LSU, which has a very heavy sorority fraternity culture. I was part of it, and the sorority girls are going to be so mad at me. Yeah, but that's okay. They're going to come for me. They've already come for me. I'm just stating my truth.
It's her experience.
It's my experience, girls. It's okay. By the way, loved it. Like
I rushed for an hour at Loyola.
1 hour. Slow.
I was like, this is not for me.
So I did it for those suit. Well, I really did it for the 1 year. The second year, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I can't. These candles are so heavy.
This candle, my arms was hurting. The robes were heavy.
It's too dark in here.
But wait, it's just true. Like everybody, some girls in the comments were like, this is a false narrative. But no, it's not. It's the truth. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Deep down, do you know it's the truth too?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's funny. It's fun. Ha ha, funny. When Peter, who just loved him, I loved his character. And he played Alle in White Lotus season 2.
I know, and it's so crazy because he literally looks so different.
Yeah, especially when you're in college. Like, that guy is everywhere.
Tatiana Del Rey.
Peters are everywhere
Yep.
in college. And, like, when the scene where he's, like, wearing the mask, the robe, because that's what they do at these sorority inductions, and he's like clicking through like the sexual assault. He's like, yeah.
Gotta show this, a little bit of this.
He's like, so anyway, I found it to be absolutely like unhinged in like the best way. So funny.
Your girl,
Haley.
she's so funny. I love her so much. Her one-liners, like whoever wrote her script, her lines. You need a big kiss on the mouth. Because
You need a big kiss a French kiss, honestly.
You need a French kiss, a little tongue.
Just a little bit. She was...
Who's this flight attendant? You want me to tell her to leave? I'm sorry. We don't want any. We're not interested.
We don't want what you're selling.
Top comedy to me.
It really is.
Sorry. Like, this entire show that is my type of comedy.
Me too, and that's why I knew you would love it.
Raunchy fucking comedy. Like, I needed it.
And like set in a time frame where we really like existed and thrived.
Yes.
I sent it to Brianne because I know she would appreciate it.
Yeah.
I knew not everybody would. So like I told Brett and Victoria, I'm like, I don't know. Just try it. And surprisingly, my brother couldn't get enough. He thought it was the funniest thing.
So good.
And Victoria was like, meh. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's not gonna be for everybody.
Not everyone's cup of tea, but like if it is,
it is. And honestly, it had depth, it had character, like it had emotions. Like I felt very connected to all these characters. Lots of like growth by the end of it. And like I do hope for a redemption arc for Peter in season 2. I could see it.
I love a redemption arc.
Yeah.
But like the plot was so much more than just like the comedy of it all. So I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I also appreciate the comedy.
Me
because
too.
It's been so long since we've had like a show like this that just like went there.
It went there.
Said the things.
Oh
like,
my God, that's what it was. It was so bold. I actually think I'm going to rewatch because the first time I was just so obsessed, I would like rush through it. I think I want to rewatch and like really take it in.
Mary Beth was saying on Therapist that she had like a one-liner that was about 9/11 and that got cut. And then like literally in that same breath was a joke about rape. And she was like, they cut both of those because they were like, we can't do this in the first episode.
That's crazy, which I'm surprised because it really went there in everything, every aspect. But there were so many little takeaways. There were small one-liners.
Wait, when Peter and oh my gosh, it's like when he got in trouble, he thought he was getting in trouble for leaking the slides.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes out of like the dean, the chancellor, whoever's office, and he saw him, he's like, oh, that shit was brazy. And I'm like, oh my God, that's legitimately like how boys spoke.
100%.
That shit's brazy, but we're Gucci.
And then
I'm
when
like, oh
and
my
he's
God.
like, yeah. I'm like,
and they just start barking like dogs. I'm like,
are you guys at LSU's
no,
campus?
because like, why is this real life? I love so funny. Everything about it. Just like,
yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, so I hope they get a season 2. Topic 4, some Justin Bieber updates. So we talked a little bit about Justin Bieber last time. We'll just kind of like keep you in the know about what's going on with him. So he's being curious again. Now, I keep going back and forth with my opinions on his behavior. So he did 2 strange things since we last spoke here on this Hot Off the Shelf. The first thing he did was like leave a super bizarre Instagram caption about his wife, Hailey Bieber, who did this amazing photo shoot for Vogue. She's on the cover of Vogue. She looks beautiful. I watched some of her interview. It's so funny. She's really a great gal.
She
I love
is.
her.
Her interview was really well too.
It was.
Like, I liked it.
I love what I know about her. And he posted a strange Instagram post or about her caption where basically it said, I missed the whole first half. But basically he says he got in a fight with Hailey at one point. He told her, you're never going to be on the cover of Vogue. And then he's like, but clearly I was mistaken, so congrats. Yep. So it was a weird thing to say about your wife.
Because I also saw that they posted, I saw somewhere, probably on TikTok, when Kendall got a Vogue cover. He was like, "Congratulations, Kenny! Like, you look so beautiful.
No way.
Congrats on your cover."
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Probably not verbatim. Don't quote me, but it was along that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. She's your wife.
Your wife is your queen.
Exactly. Your wife is your queen, and she should be. I think she is so loyal to him. She has been. She's such a great supporter. What it seems like to me, okay, so we'll follow this with the other thing that could be weird, could be nothing, was his performance with SZA. And, you know, he does look like a little faded. He's like bending over. She's kind of looks like she's helping him out. You could take it two ways. Like, a lot of people I've seen are like, you guys, this is just how Justin performs. He gets really into the music. And he does have older videos where he's performing the same way. He's bending over. He closes his eyes.
Yeah.
He gets really into the music. But, I mean, I'd be lying if I said it didn't look like a little concern in the way he was acting, I guess. And then some people are also saying, like, so what if he's a little faded? Let the man live his life. Like, who cares?
I think that's what it was for me. Like, I think he just looked...
Like he was having a good time?
Yeah, but like maybe like a little past the point of like a good time. Like just like, where am I?
Yeah, that's what I think it was. And then that following the Vogue post, I'm like, oh my God, like poor Hailey Bieber, like that just must be really hard to stay solid to this person who's just like doing you no favors. But if he's going through a difficult time, then she's doing what she should do as a wife.
Yeah.
You know, and be there for him and not turn her back on him.
Yeah.
But he's making it a little bit hard. He did change his caption. I think he like deleted it. So I still kind of land in the same place that we talked last time. Like, I really hope he's okay. I don't really think he is in the grand scheme of things. I saw a video on my way here, or when I got here and I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
Because he's popping up everywhere now. And it was just like a video of like 13-year-old Justin Bieber singing One Less Lonely Girl, who's so pure. It could bring tears to my eyes because I'm just like, that child.
He was pure then.
He was pure, and like, we cannot even imagine the things that he might have went through. So like, whatever his behavior might be, the reason why Hailey might be so solid right now is just because like she knows he's struggling.
Yeah.
So,
And it's like, it's so different when you're like when you're married to somebody.
right.
Like, it really complicates things. So like, imagine being married to Justin Bieber.
And then I saw the video of her in the crowd, and she's recording him, and she's
she's
so
just
proud
like-
of him. So I'm like, they're probably fine.
They probably are fine.
They're probably fine. I just want him to be okay because he deserves it.
All right, our last topic. A little bit of Diddy trial news. It's very serious. It's very disturbing. This is not a light topic like some of the other things we've talked about. So we know that Diddy is facing multiple lawsuits and accusations, including sexual assault, abuse, and human trafficking. Several women have already come forward. Even former employees have given statements. So some of the biggest headlines that we're seeing right now is that Cassie's lawsuit was settled quickly, but the details she shared were horrifying, including claims of control, physical abuse, and being forced into dangerous situations. I feel like I heard something too about being peed on. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the freak offs. Like,
At the freak offs.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Since then, more people have come forward with similar stories. There are now investigations involving the FBI and Homeland Security. His homes in LA and Miami were raided. Allegations go back years and paint a pattern of power abuse and exploitation in the industry. Kind of like, you know, I do wonder, like, was Justin Bieber a part of that? It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. And he probably was in some way.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So far, he's denied everything, but the evidence and the number of people speaking out are stacking up. This feels like another major reckoning in the music industry. A lot of people are comparing this to the fall of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Or Harvey Weinstein. We'll definitely be watching this case unfold. Unlike the other trial that we're keeping up with, the Karen Reed trial that we talked about in our other Hot Off the Shelf episode, our previous one, this one is not being aired publicly.
Yeah, so we don't really have that much information.
Yeah, this isn't one that we can watch live, which obviously, because this is like federal, this isn't like a state case.
Scary.
Which is, this is a big boy. This is a big one.
This is big. Yeah, it reminds me also of Jeffrey Epstein. Just like
Yes.
sick, twisted, Hollywood, absolute freaks. I want to know more about it. Like, that's the thing is, like you said, it's not being televised. A lot of it is under wraps. It's very serious. So I don't know everything that transpired, exactly all the things he's being accused of. I just know it's really scary and serious.
It's sick, yeah.
So hopefully we get like a really good documentary one day that will like lay it all out.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure too.
Oh my gosh, we'll definitely get a documentary.
That was a lot.
Hot off the shelf. That was a lot of info, but it was fun to talk about.
Love these episodes. I can't wait for the next one. So if there's any like hot topics y'all want us to talk about, relevant, prevalent in the news or social media or pop culture, send that our way. We'll talk about it in these hot off the shelf episodes. We're hoping to do them once a week.
Yeah.
Don't forget to read our next book, our next 2 books.
Yes, next 2 books.
We have The Tenant by Frida McFadden. And what's the other one called?
1 and 4 by Lucinda Berry.
Yeah, so read those with us. We're going to be releasing some really cool episodes on those. Follow us anywhere you get your podcast. TikTok at Open Books Podcast. Instagram is The Open Books Podcast. And please, please, please stop what you're doing and leave us a review because we know it helps us reach our audience.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you, bye.